Hello everyone, I'm Heather Dawson, and as always, it's a pleasure bringing you the best of California every week on our show. Well, Beverly Hills is world-renowned for its plastic surgery and beautiful people. Reporter Conchetta DeLuco introduces us to one Beverly Hills surgeon who goes above and beyond the call of duty to make women feel beautiful inside and out.
We've all heard the phrase medical miracles. Well, I'm at Cedars-Sinai Medical Towers in Beverly Hills, where one doctor's innovative procedures in breast surgery is taking that meaning to a whole new level.
Just started the surgery. Dr. Aronowitz had made the first incision.
He has been featured on the hit show The Doctors, and celebrities like Suzanne Summers sing his praises.
And no scars, it's just so fantastic.
Dr. Joel Aronowitz has been a respected and successful plastic surgeon for over 30 years, but his progressive work these days with reconstructive breast surgery that's earned him national recognition and makes him the go-to guy for breast cancer survivors started out with much humbler beginnings and a woman named Diane.
She sat in my office in tears and we talked about this because even though she wasn't a doctor, she realized that the surgery she had had was way too disfiguring, way unnecessarily disfiguring for the cancer that she had.
The way Dr. Aronowitz and his colleagues fix things is by being a pioneer on the forefront of technologies and practices that focus on improving the lives of patients after the cancer is removed in ways that traditional procedures fail to take into account.
It's not good enough that a woman lives a full lifetime if she's miserable.
Often the first thought on a woman's mind when she's diagnosed with breast cancer is, how do I get rid of it, without thinking of the cosmetic side effects. But thanks to Dr. Aronowitz and his innovative procedures, he's given women a lot more to think about these days.
We have a lot of different techniques that allow us, with planning ahead of time and cooperation with the breast cancer team, to produce a result that is both effective in treating the cancer and allows the woman to have a natural breast that's not painful, that she can be happy with.
Such techniques include day-of procedures that can be performed in outpatient centers as opposed to hospitals, like nipple-sparing mastectomies, where the breast tissue is removed but the skin remains intact, making it a perfect candidate for successful reconstruction. Or intraoperative radiation therapy, of which Aronowitz and his team of colleagues were the first in Los Angeles to use the new technology.
We have the IORT machine in place, and we were very excited to be doing the first case in Los Angeles recently, a woman who had a small breast cancer that we were able to offer this treatment to. And hopefully this will be the standard of care in the future and largely replace the old-fashioned external beam radiation that women suffer through nowadays.
Traditional radiation therapy involves what Aronowitz calls unnecessarily treating the entire breast, which harmfully affects the organs behind it and results in a hardened, shrunken breast over time, a problem that Suzanne Summers sought resolution for from the doctor.
With IORT, we can provide radiation not only in a very brief, convenient time span, but the radiation is only going to that specific area and it doesn't affect the whole breast.
To treat Suzanne, Dr. Aronowitz turned to the work of his university's Stem Cell Center, which specializes in the practices and studies of using a person's fat cells to replace and generate tissue.
She was very happy. We regenerated fatty tissue in her breast and improved the radiation damage by injecting a mixture of her own fat cells with her fat-derived stem cells.
While Dr. Aronowitz can fix most deformities created by sloppy surgeries and radiation, he says the real solution comes from prevention. He founded the Breast Preservation Foundation 3 years ago to educate and make women aware of their options before they are diagnosed.
Well, I went into medicine because I thought it was a good idea to try to help people, and that's my basic motivation.
Bringing you the best of California from Beverly Hills, I'm Conchetta DeLuco with California Life.
Coming up on California Live, we all know the golden rule of real estate: location, location, location. But our next guest tells us the secret to making smart decisions in today's economy, and the truth behind the success of ABC's Extreme Makeover. It's all coming up right here on California Live, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, in today's tough market, you need agents you can trust and depend on. Gushu Real Estate has been assisting home buyers and real estate investors in California for nearly 30 years. And today, Daniel Gushu joins us in studio for tips on buying and selling. Such a pleasure to have you in studio.
Thank you for having me.
And this obviously is a very hot topic. I don't care where you are, people love to talk real estate.
Absolutely. It's the American dream to own a home.
And you were born and bred into this. I mean, 30 years, it's family-owned business. What sets you apart?
I think the main thing is service, above and beyond expectation. Real estate is a valuable asset and commonly the most valuable asset for many families, especially the home. And when it comes to dealing with that, you need someone that you can trust, a company that's been tested, tried and true. We provide a very personal service. We're founded on family values, and we treat our clients, as cliche as it may sound, like their family.
I believe that. And you're also a broker, and I think that is such a huge asset, because a lot of it is, it's your mortgage, what you're going after, and you're hearing these crazy interest rates right now. I mean, what do you say to people that go, oh my gosh, I need to get in. I mean, what's your advice for that?
Patience. Right now, the prices are going up a bit because the supply is not meeting demand. I listed a home recently, and I had 19 offers on the home within 5 days.
Congratulations.
Right. Thank you.
Yes.
But I accepted one offer. There's 18 other people that don't have a home still. And that seems to be the case with most of our listings and a lot of the other agents that I speak with. That is really causing prices to go up. And the reason I say patience is I saw this in 2009 and 2010. We had the federal, the $8,000, the grant, right, the tax credit they offered.
The incentive, right?
Interest rates were relatively low at 5%. And at that time, supply was not meeting the demand as well. And we saw the prices go up. But then I saw them fall back down in early 2011. And I feel like we're going to see that again. Well, I like to remain optimistic. With unemployment being 8%, consumer spending's down, and the stock market's still volatile. Been some good gains this year, but it's still rocky. That's why I tell buyers, be patient. In a few months, you're gonna see more homes on the market, and interest rates are still gonna be low. I just did a quick study on foreclosures. I saw 131,000 homes scheduled to go to foreclosure or in pre-foreclosure over the next 90 days.
I have to tell you, somebody from the other side, I'm scared of foreclosures. What advice do you have for that?
The foreclosure doesn't have to be a nightmare. If you're buying from the bank, if you have a good agent and they're doing you justice, you should be getting a home warranty covering your appliances. The bank should be paying for your title insurance. The property should be clean. Granted, you're gonna do your inspections. You're gonna know what type of work needs to go into the home. But as long as you are paying market value for that home, counting for how distressed the property is, you shouldn't be worried about it.
And also, what I love about, the fact that you're family owned is you probably can walk your clients through every facet of real estate.
Absolutely. One of my favorite aspects of the business is helping the first-time home buyer. It's very rewarding.
When should they get pre-approved? I mean, for somebody that maybe they don't know they could be a first-time home buyer.
As soon as possible. When you know that you're tired of renting and you're ready to buy a home, I think it's important to speak to a lender right away. Get an agent first. If you're just going to be browsing and you think you're a year out, probably no reason to get pre-qualified. But if you're gonna go to open houses and you're gonna look at homes with an agent, get pre-qualified today.
What do you tell people that say, gosh, I could dabble in maybe doing an investment right now?
Absolutely. Really, there's no better investment than real estate. It'd be tough to substantiate an argument that real estate never fails. But real estate historically provides excellent gains. You can always rent it out. You can always live there if you need to.
There only is so much land.
Right.
It goes back to the old school location, and there's only so much land on this earth. And I do think it's always a good investment, long term. And I love the fact that it's been family owned for 30 years. I know anybody that has any questions, they can obviously go to your website and also to the blog that we'll have with this show and with this segment. And I just appreciate you coming on and giving us some more advice.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you so
love
much,
talking
Daniel.
real estate.
Take care. And coming up next, your amazing story was featured on ABC's Extreme Makeover. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us right here on California Life. A young woman from Rancho Cucamonga had a chance of a lifetime when she appeared on a reality TV show focused on helping obese people get down to a healthy weight. But as David Wiley reports, once the show ended, the battle to stay healthy continued.
Weight has been a lifelong struggle for Rancho Cucamonga's Ashley Elise Johnson, trying scores of diets over the years with little or no success.
I've always been heavy. I had a lot of things in my childhood that I needed to deal with, and I dealt with them by eating.
By the time she was 19, Ashley weighed more than 300 pounds and knew she had to do something.
I already knew I needed to do something extreme, and I was 19 years old and I was weighing 323 pounds, and I needed to do something about it now. So my motivation really was like, I just wanted to experience some like normal things for once.
That's when an opportunity came to audition for ABC's Extreme Makeover Weightloss Addition. And after several days of interviews, Ashley was selected to take part. After joining the show, Ashley worked for a year, both with the experts on Extreme Makeover and locally with trainers like Melissa Mata at Perfection Fitness to shed the weight she had carried for a lifetime. It truly was an amazing transformation for Ashley, especially when you look at her jaw-dropping before and after pictures.
My starting weight was 323, and then my ending weight was 167. I lost 158, and it felt amazing. In Vegas, I felt amazing.
But despite her incredible success on Extreme Makeover, reality soon set in for Ashley as she tried to maintain her weight loss after the show's finale.
I worked really super hard to get there, and I was working out 5 hours a day. The week before, I had just chicken and veggies and, distilled water, and I was in the sauna, and I just got the lowest I could. And then after the finale, that's when, boom, reality set in.
Then the show ends, and there she is, a young lady, 21 years old, with a new body, a new face, a new image. It's very overwhelming.
I didn't have this obligation to work out. That's when I was like, Ashley, you love this healthy lifestyle. You have to keep doing this. No one's going to make you.
Ashley admits that she has gained some of the weight back since the show ended, but continues to work with Melissa and her team at Perfection Fitness to find a happy medium.
There were times where Ashley would come in since the show aired, frustrated, saying, oh my gosh, I've gone up 5 pounds or 10 pounds, and the bottom line is, okay, well, what are you gonna do about it? Let's get back on track. And so she's really learned that it's okay that, we all kind of fluctuate with our weight, but to be accountable and to be responsible for getting back on track.
She's like a big sister to me. She always kept encouraging me, and now I'm getting back into more days, and she's just been so awesome and just been there for me, not as a trainer, but as a friend.
And that friendship has even worked into a job for Ashley. She not only works out at Perfection Fitness, but actually works there as well. And now she hopes that she can be an inspiration for others who are struggling with their weight.
I just want to keep inspiring and going around and talking to young kids and making sure health is a priority.
One thing about Ashley is she does have a goal in her mind, and she not only achieved it, but she has bigger goals to help people out and really kind of spread the word about that it's not too late for somebody to lose weight. It's not impossible, and if someone like herself, an average person, can do it, it's very doable for the common person.
There's some tough times, but it's amazing, and I wouldn't change a thing about it.
Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
More than ever, we want to disconnect from stress and enjoy life. And one way to do that is by finding calm through color. This pop-up home inside New York City's Grand Central Station is the perfect example of how colors come to life and can freshen up any space.
So we know that people are trying to transform their homes, they're trying to create home sanctuaries, they're trying to create havens, and our color of the year in the moment is a color to do just that. It's this perfect balance of blue and green and gray. It's a very timeless color.
Design experts say don't be afraid to pick up that brush. A new, innovative paint is making it easier than ever.
So that's why the Home Depot merchants partnered with Behr to create one of the most innovative products out on the market, Marquee Paint. It's a super paint. It's a one-coat coverage. It allows you to now paint a bedroom in 1 hour instead of 3.
Experts also suggest tying a room together with decor. Use a neutral floor with great texture. For more color trends and design ideas, visit Behr.com.
The pressure is on to create meals that are quick and exciting. Chef Tom Colicchio has judged more than 14 seasons of Top Chef. He says you should always start with delicious ingredients.
Fresh ingredients. Right now, middle of the summer, it's great to get out to the farmers markets. And it doesn't need to be fancy, it doesn't need to be complicated, just really simple, good, nutritious ingredients that are really fresh.
Chef Tom says upgrading your run-of-the-mill sandwich can open up your options.
Our updated version of a grilled cheese, of course, using some sharp cheddar cheese. We have a walnut spread and then a whole grain cranberry relish. And then we're using Arnold brownberry or wheat buttermilk bread.
Sharing your delicious sandwich recipe could earn you big money. It's called America's Better Sandwich Contest.
Maybe it's something that you make for your kids in the morning. Submit that recipe and you can win up to $25,000.
Go to americasbettersandwichcontest.com to enter until September 15th.
If you've ever had a jaywalking ticket, you know how seriously police take pedestrian safety. So let's turn to David Wiley, who explains how a new campaign aims at keeping all of us protected, and it's as simple as look, look, look.
This beautiful Pacific Electric Trail here in Rancho Cucamonga has become a destination for bike riders, joggers, and those walking for exercise. Now the city of Rancho Cucamonga is focusing on pedestrian safety throughout the city.
Just the slightest distraction on the road can lead to a tragedy that can result in serious injury or even death. Nationwide statistics show that more than 4,000 pedestrians and 600 bicyclists are killed every year, and many times these accidents are preventable.
There's a lot of things going on in the new cars now. There's navigation systems in the car, and there's a lot of buttons, more than there ever used to be. So I think that's a distraction. Also, everybody now is carrying a phone, and most everybody's carrying a smartphone. And so there's a lot of apps and programs, and people are doing things on those while they're driving and while they're walking. And so you combine that, you've got a pedestrian and a driver that are both distracted with the device. That's where some of the problems come in.
Rancho Cucamonga has been the site of several crashes in recent months, including a hit and run along Wilson Avenue that killed a man on a bicycle. And this crash, where an inattentive bicyclist suffered a broken arm. Whether it's a drunk driver, a distracted motorist, or a pedestrian or bicyclist who's not paying attention, the consequences can be permanent and oftentimes deadly. With that in mind, city officials and the police department have joined together for a new safety awareness campaign called Look, Look, Look.
We saw a lot of traffic accidents related to bicycles and pedestrians, and we had more fatalities last year than we think is acceptable. So what we wanted to try and do is reach out to all walks of the community because it's affecting everybody, children, adults, drivers, bicyclists, pedestrians, and teach them about being aware.
Crews have been out and about putting up the Look, Look, Look signs along city streets and pathways, and at the start of the school year, local school kids will be taught the importance of staying alert. Captain Newcomb says it's important that all of us learn to share the road.
We have to share the road with pedestrians and bicyclists, and we're trying to reach out and teach people how to do that. The Look, Look, Look campaign encompasses all of those people, bicyclists, pedestrians, and drivers, asking them to pay attention and share the road.
With the launch of the Look, Look, Look campaign, local officials hope to make Rancho Cucamonga streets safer for everyone.
We've started with some signage and a brand campaign that we hope will reach out to the community and become a common word, and people in the city will know, oh, look, 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 yeah, that means heads up, pay attention, and our hope through this campaign is to save lives.
So make our community safer. When out and about, whether walking, riding, or driving, remember to look, look, look. Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
Well, that's it for us. If you missed any part of our show, go to our website, californialifehd.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We'll see you next time.
Watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter, and check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest, where we bring you the best of California.